My Gift of Grace is a game that we're developing to help loved ones, families, friends start and have a conversation about death and dying, not only for people that are near the end of their lives, but for everyone. It's a set of cards, and the cards are broken up into 3 categories. Every team member, every family member would have a set of cards. They would respond to questions. Statements are things that help people reflect on their experience, their feelings about death and dying, that they can change. They can edit the cards. They can have conversations about the statements, and then there's activities, which are specific things to do with a place on each card to put a date for the activity that you want to do. So that could be an activity like visit a local hospice to learn about hospice care, or visit a local cemetery, talk with a staff member about what it's like to work there.
But the really important part is making sure your family knows how you feel about things, so that you're sparing them the guilt of having to make a decision for you and thinking that they're making the wrong decision, because that can be really painful. And Dr. Alsweed let us know a lot of times the level of stress that can cause is comparable to post-traumatic stress disorder. So this whole process for me has really been a way to care for my family, and we've been having a lot of conversations about that. And it is emotional, but also a chance for me to see, just get a perspective on how much I love them and how much I want them. If it ever happened, the situation where they have to make a decision for me, I want it to be as easy as possible.
I've been thinking a lot about my experience losing my father 20 years ago, and the conversation about that experience changes every year. So I like to have it every year, or even more often. And so from my perspective, that the more often, again, we have these conversations, the easier it gets, and the more you learn about what's important to you, and those questions about what's important to you inform things like what kind of work you want to do, how do you want to parent, how do you want to treat your partner. So I think in a lot of ways, again, people think, oh, again, the game about death and dying, that sounds sad or scary. Yet in our experience, the more you do it, the more it begins to allow you to be more joyful and happy about day-to-day life.